So I have absolutely no idea where to begin, so I guess I'll start by saying hello! How are you all doing? It's been a while. I'm here to give you guys a quick update as to what's been going on. You can probably tell by, I don't know, my title, thumbnail, whatever I've decided to do, but I've been unwell. Not all of you have joined the Discord or are following on Twitter, and because of that, I need to make this video to update some of the YouTube crew who aren't in the same loop. But I will very quickly and shamelessly say that if you do want updates that you probably won't get just on YouTube, like if I get sick again and stuff like this happens, Twitter, I almost never post things on Twitter besides updates on video streams and whatever's going on that prevents me from doing those things. So that's a pretty safe place to go if you just want to get updates and not be harassed by stuff. But also the Discord, I have to give a really big recommendation to the Discord if you guys haven't joined it already. There's a lot of fun dudes over there, so be sure to swing over if you're interested. Now, on to the main point. I've been unwell. It's something called a Pilonidal sinus infection, and I do not recommend you Google image it if you're a little bit on the squeamish side and don't like gross medical stuff. I'll give you a quick rundown as to what that is. So basically, it's like a really bad ingrown hair infection of sorts. Normally happens on your butt, but can happen in the armpit, anywhere where there's like a lot of hair growth that potentially can get, you know, ingrown, as it kind of implies. I apologize, this is all off the cuff, by the way. There's no scripting for this, I'm just kind of talking. I got this originally back somewhere near March. Got some poor medical advice from a doctoring service because my regular GP was currently shut for COVID, and then I basically was told to take some antibiotics for it, which, if you guys remember leading up to me getting unwell, going up to the Gunfire Reborn videos, I've been on antibiotics for a while now, and they were helping originally, but eventually just stopped helping entirely, and I got more and more sick. My doctor, my actual GP that I finally got a chance to get in and see, told me that what I have is only fixable through surgery, and that I must have received some poor advice from the previous doctors, because surgery, yeah, is the only option. Antibiotics will take care of the initial infection, but it will just keep getting reinfected over and over and over again. Now, what is it exactly? So, a pilonidal it starts off kind of like a pimple or a small opening, a hole, and it's a tunnel. So it buries like an ingrown hair a few centimeters into the skin, and usually ends at a pocket where there's hair, pus, gross stuff. It's infected, basically. It's kind of like a really bad infected pore, or, you know, you kind of get the idea what I'm trying to get at. And the only way to fix it is to cut it open, scoop out all the bad stuff, and then let it heal from the inside out. They don't even stitch it up. It's left as an open wound so that it can heal backwards, because if you stitch it and close it, there's still a hole on the inside, and that can get reinfected, and all you've done is close the entrance to a cave, and then the cave gets infected. So we want to actually bury and fill in this pocket and make it heal properly. So effectively what happened to me was I ended up with 2 of them. I've been told I was very, very unlucky in this endeavor. It is a completely random thing that can happen to almost anyone, and is actually fairly common. The nurse's practice that I go to for daily wound dressings informs me that they do at least 5 a day. It's that common, but no one talks about it. It's one of those, like, embarrassing things, kind of like a hemorrhoid, or, you know, any other typical embarrassing medical condition that people just, shh, don't talk about it. Don't tell anyone about this thing that happens. But I'm not ashamed. I'm here to tell you right now. I have a, what is it? I had one at the very top of my tailbone, so kind of where, like, the very top of my butt is, and then about 7 centimeters further down, just inside my butt. But not, like, too far down. If you're worried about too far down, it's not. It's kind of like on your back still, like very upper part of where your butt cheeks are. That's kind of where mine got, and it can just come out of nowhere. It is more common in people who have jobs where they typically sit down more, so anyone who works in an office, taxi drivers, anyone behind the wheel of a car for too long, truck drivers, delivery people, anyone who sits down a lot typically get it more, but it's not a rule. It's just kind of an observation that they get it more often. So what they had to do was they put me in for surgery. They took a look at my injury. I went in one night. At midnight, I got dropped off at hospital because I was just very sick. I was very infected. The guy took a look at my wound and said, yeah, we're going to admit you to hospital and get you in for surgery tomorrow ASAP. And sure enough, it took about 3 hours and I was in for surgery. It's not a very major procedure. I do go under general, but I was in and out in about 40 minutes. What they did was, because I had 2 of them, about 7 centimeters apart, they split me right down from one to the other. So I have a 7 centimeter long open wound on my butt that was originally about 3 centimeters deep. That's what they cleaned out, basically. They were worried that the tunnels were connecting, basically, kind of like little mole tunnels underground or prairie dog tunnels. What can happen is they can connect to each other and become mega infected, and they really didn't want that to happen. So I was cleaned out. I went through surgery. I spent 2 nights or technically 2 days, 1 night in hospital, and then I was discharged. I was let out. But I have to have daily wound redressings with a nurse clinic that I go to every single day, and they change over the wound dressing to make sure it's clean and make sure it's healing correctly. I'm not on any medication at the moment, besides just pain relief, but it's a process. They tell me it could take up to another 2 to 3 months minimum until it actually heals up completely. It's a long, grindy process, and it's going to take a while. Also, at this moment, I'll apologize. I have no idea what footage you're seeing in the background. I might record something just to throw behind me while I'm talking about all this, but I haven't planned anything. I'm kind of just here to let you guys know what's been going on and say hi and let you know that I'm not dead, because some people are worried that I've disappeared and I'm not coming back. I've been very quiet, I know. I've been resting a lot. At the moment, my wound is healing up a lot more. It's no longer 3 centimeters deep. It's getting there. Everyone who's taken a look at it from the medical field tell me that they're very pleased with the progress that's happening right now. It's not nearly as bad as it was initially. It wasn't particularly bad, like it wasn't the worst thing they'd seen to begin with, but they were very surprised at how long I'd had this thing growing and like building itself and getting worse and worse. And no one had told me to get surgery for it. I was being medicated a lot, but not actually having the problem taken care of properly. I've just mistakes made, I guess. You know, more to the fool to me to not go into my doctor sooner and just trust that the medication was doing its job when it clearly just didn't by the end. But we're all sorted out now. The wound is healing and everything is getting better. In the meantime, just quickly updating you all, this video has taken a little while to make. My body is still recovering, and I've been very fatigued, very weak, just kind of getting used to getting back on my feet kind of thing. It's not major, don't worry. I haven't had like organ transplant surgery, but any procedure whatsoever will kind of knock the body around a little bit, and I was very heavily infected prior, so the recovery process has just taken a little while. That's why in the past couple of weeks there haven't been any videos released. I got sick and went to hospital, I think about 2 or 3 days after I uploaded the No Better video, the last one on the channel. Very unfortunate that it happened so soon. And also very unfortunate that I uploaded No Better and said I didn't know when the full game was releasing, and it came out like 2 weeks later. That was... Oh, I'm an idiot. Anyway, quick updates. In the meantime, streams are still not going to happen. I don't have the energy, the fortitude, the oomph in my body to do the full streams I used to do, so those are still not going at the moment. In the future, I might, if I feel well enough, dedicate maybe like 2 hours or so to jump on and say hi and kind of get to interact with all of you guys again, because I miss being live and saying hi to everyone on chat and just being cool and being able to talk in person. Well, the closest thing to in person to some of you. I might do that in the future, but that's just kind of like going to be a spontaneous thing. There's no plans for stream at the moment. As far as videos are concerned, I do need to get back to making videos. YouTube and Twitch are my income, it's my job. And having about a month off where I'm recovering from this isn't good for the balance, you know? It's not good. I've got a family to look after, I've got bills to pay, I've got stuff to cover, so I got to get back to making videos soon, but don't expect them to be as frequent initially, just while I kind of get back on my feet and get used to things. I don't want to rush it. I've made a promise to my family and the people I've spoken to in Discord that if I do start making videos again, I won't be forcing myself, because we want my health to get better, not worse. I wholeheartedly agree. So I'll try and get some stuff out soon, probably to start very slow and casual, get back into some skull runs and do some things like that. Although I do admit I am behind on a few things. Obviously, No Better has come out, Metal Hellsinger has come out, a whole bunch of games that I was looking forward to jumping onto and showing off to you guys on YouTube and on stream. they've released and I've been too unwell to jump on them when they did come out, but don't worry, I will get to them soon. I don't really know what else I need to say besides I miss you guys, I miss making videos, and I miss doing all of this. I'm not going away for long. I'm trying to come back into the fold right now and start working on some stuff. Now that my health is improving, it's just taken some time, and it does suck, and it sucks a lot, I know. I wanted to get this video out sooner, but I was about a week or two ago, I was barely able to stay awake for about 4 or 5 hours at a time, and that's just me like sitting in a chair staring at a YouTube video or watching an episode of a show, and then after those couple of hours, I'd fall asleep and be asleep for about 10 hours straight, then I'd wake up for another 4, rinse, repeat. My body was just in shutdown mode and was telling me to rest. I did not have the effort to sit up and record this video for you guys any earlier, but now I have. You guys have been updated, you understand where I've been and what's been going on. It's been pretty sucky. Can we just say, if any of you out there are nurses or know nurses, please pay some respects to them, say thank you or something, because the nurses never get enough love. They're amazing people. Alright, the stuff that they do and they have to deal with, it seems like a thankless job. At least, you know, it seems like it might be, but I want nurses out there to know that you guys are awesome. Like I said, none of this is planned, so I'm kind of doing it all off the cuff. I have no idea what to say now. I think I'm kind of done updating you guys on what's been going on. And I want to give a big thank you to everyone, by the way, for sending messages of well wishes. I know that some of you weren't sure what was going on and were just asking if I was okay. I've got a lot of messages on YouTube and a few messages on Discord of people who had no idea what was going on, and they were saying, are you okay? Is everything all right? I am okay. I am okay. This is not like a life-threatening or major deal. This is just kind of like a common thing that just happens to get in people's way a lot. It's easy to deal with, but it affects the lives very much, you know? It's one of those things that just kind of jumps in the way and puts your life on hold for a bit, and it's really annoying and frustrating. Believe me, it's really annoying and frustrating. But big thank you to those guys and everyone for wishing me well who did find out what's going on. People on Twitter and Discord, just nice guys who find out and send me well wishes and hoping that I get better soon. Big thank you to all of you guys out there. And all of you watching this right now. I know update videos are often overlooked or not seen, but to all of you who are checking this out, I want to give you big thanks. There's too many of you in this community, like, I mean all of you basically when I say that, who are just awesome people, and I miss interacting with you guys. I miss making videos for you, so I'll get back to this as soon as possible. Just know that I am hugely grateful for the kindness and awesomeness of you guys. It goes a long way, and I do appreciate it greatly. But with all of that said and done, I gotta get out of here, get back to resting, and then consider what I'm gonna do for the next video for you guys. And I hope you have, I don't know, enjoyed, I guess, is probably a poor word to use to describe something like this. Anyway, I will get out of here, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Have a good one. I've missed you all, and I hope you enjoy.